Hi Libra, welcome to your reading for August 2013. Can you believe it? August. Good thing about that is if you're a football fan, football's going to be starting and I always look forward to that. This is going to be for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Some of you are intuitively guided. Thank you for paying attention to your intuition. Your guides, thank you. Some of you may be in love with a Libra. I know I have a lot of Libra love in my life. My nephew is, who feels like my son, is right on the cusp of Virgo and Libra. He is September 24th. My beautiful granddaughter, who just graduated, is October 14th. And my nephew Sean's mom was October 15th, Tracy. Many of you who've been following me know that she always shows up in our readings. So, welcome my lovely Libras. Again, this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Whatever brought you, welcome. So we're going to use 3 different decks. Of course, we're going to use our Mother Mary for words of wisdom. I decided to use, or it really called out to me, the I think it's called the Luminous Tarot. Interesting how I just forgot the name of it. I think it's the Luminous Tarot. And for your main spread, we're going to use the Tarot of Dreams. Okay? So, let's go ahead and get into the reading. Everything is pre-shuffled, by the way, but I like to shuffle with you here also. So, let's give them a couple shuffles. And let's open this reading up. Let's give him a cut. And let's begin. Marriage. I make a commitment to a healthy relationship with God, myself, and my partner. Marriage is interesting because my nephew, again, a Libra, just proposed to his girlfriend. So I could definitely see what this energy may be speaking of. Some of you could talk about a current relationship, and maybe it can be saved. Not all relationships can be saved. Not all relationships are meant to be saved. Some are just for the moment. But some can last a lifetime. So we'll read these from the book at the end of the reading, because that's where it's going to be most profound. But it's going to come up through the cards somehow, some way. It always does. So marriage. And then we have boundaries. Interesting. Marriage and then boundaries. I am clear and honest with others about my expectations. I am clear and honest with others about my expectations. So, setting some boundaries. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring in the Tarot of Dreams, and let's just get right into this. Again, pre-shuffled. But I just like picking up on your energy when I'm, well, I was going to say live. It is recorded, but to me it's still live. I feel like you're just sitting around the table with me. You know, it's like we're having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or a glass of wine. All right. All right, let's begin. I have to say, shuffling just calms my mind. The sound of it, almost escaped the table. We have the Page of Cups. This can certainly talk about a younger water sign. Interesting because, again, I keep using my nephew as an example, but he's a Libra. He just had a child. We have the Palace of Swords. We have the Eight of Wands, fast-moving energy. What I think about, I bring about. This is setting your intentions and watching them come back. When you set those intentions, though, be open with how they come back. You know what I mean? Because sometimes the universe has a better plan for us than we can even plan for ourselves. So it's interesting because it's sitting next to the palace. And to me, the palace is the ultimate goal of what I'd like to reach. Palace of Wands, to me, it's you feel very comfortable in that house. First of all, it's truth. It's everyone's uniqueness is celebrated in that palace. Excuse me, I'm moving around. It is communication, becoming a great communicator. I feel like there's someone out there like your dream was to be like a journalist or a writer, something like that. And I do feel like it was like a dream that I've had since I was young. But listen, I feel like if that's the case, the opportunity may just arrive for you. We have the Queen of Swords. Will she be the perfect queen to show up with this palace? Can be you, another Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. I feel like it's you, though. We have the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But with that aside, this is the Queen of Action. This is a queen who follows her desires, her passions. She doesn't put, I'm not going to say she doesn't put a lot of thought behind it, because maybe I've had a plan in place, but this is someone who's ready to take action. And then look at this, we have the Fool. So I do feel like something new is beginning. Some type of new opportunity I feel like is coming to you. But I have to say, I feel like it's coming to you because you put that intention out there. The Fool is someone who, it's you. I always feel like you're the Fool, like we're the Fool in the Tarot. And to me, when the Fool shows up, it signifies that there's potentially a new path that's opening up for me. When I say me, I mean you. And this path, again, attached to the Palace of Swords, I feel like, this is something that's coming to fruition. That, again, I feel like it's something that, I definitely feel like it's something that you have thought about. Whether you put action in towards it before, it feels like it's like it wants to manifest. The Fool, I do have to take a leap of faith. And that can be scary sometimes, right? I have to take a leap of faith. But I have to have faith in myself. All right, let's keep going. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Well, there you go. It's interesting because the Eight of Pentacles following the Fool. The Fool is really free and clear energy. And it can talk about, like, a job that you had that didn't work out. But yet, in the same breath, I feel like really what it does is gives you an opportunity to do something that you love. Something that, again, I feel like some type of dream you've held on to. Eight of Pentacles says, be willing to go into something as the apprentice, but know that you'll leave as the master teacher. You'll absorb whatever knowledge you need. 2 8s, by the way, connected, new beginnings, as above, so below. Well, hello, Ace of Pentacles. It's like it's just laying it out for you. Ace of Pentacles. One of my favorite aces. Might be because I'm an earth sign, but to me, it's something that's coming into your physical world. Something is going to manifest that's tangible. And listen, coming next to the Eight of Pentacles and the Fool, that feels very, very good. So I feel like it's not just about manifesting something. I feel like, it's like the universe is saying, we're going to help you. We're going to show you. We're going to give you the way. This is a seed. And this seed does need nurtured, much like the Eight of Pentacles. Because the Eight of Pentacles says, if you're willing to put your focus on something, the sky's the limit. Really, there is no limit. And then look at this, the Wheel. It's like something you were destined to do anyway. And, don't beat yourself up if this is something that I, dreamt about when I was younger, but then I didn't do it. Don't beat yourself up over that. Maybe it just wasn't the right time. Maybe now is the right time. So, this is your destiny. And sometimes the Wheel can be a non-movement. It's almost like someone puts a wedge under it, like I'm not ready for it to move. But now I feel like you are. I'm going to bring this lid down a little bit before I forget. Alright, let's keep going. I got a song in my head. I can't remember who it was. It's a girls' band. Something, something summer. Alright, we have the Tower. Now, I'm not going to freak out because the Tower is here. The Tower does mean disruption, right? Something disrupted your normal flow. But can I tell you, I feel like it's the universe that gave you this Tower. Now, it may not have felt good. It may not, it could have. If I get stuck in this energy, I feel like the universe is working against me. But I feel like, and I felt this in quite a few readings this month, that the Tower really, what feels potentially like a curse, turns out to actually be a blessing. And I'm saying that because the Fool was right beside it and the Tower's next to the Wheel. So it feels like something was meant to end, even if I didn't think it was ready to end. But again, it's like the universe is supplying or helping you find your next direction. We have the Six of Pentacles. Very loving, nurturing, giving type energy. This is where, it's coming under the Eight of Pentacles, and it's interesting because I do feel like this with a lot of you. Think of your card Justice. It's about balance. It's about fairness and wholeness, right? It is your energy. So Six of Pentacles, definitely, I could see you being in this energy where, to me, this is the energy of helping the underdog in some way. But in the same time, it is a lesson of, what am I learning in this energy? The fine art of give and take. Maybe this is talking about something because it's coming next to the Tower where you gave, but you weren't receiving. And the universe is like, no, it's time for you to start receiving. And that's why the Ace of Pentacles is here. It's here to help motivate you to take a leap of faith towards something that I feel like it's like a goal that already sings within your heart. Six, seven, eight. Oh no, that's an 8. We have the Six of Cups. Now, this could be someone from your past. This would be, this speaks about happy memories, treasured memories. Some of you, it's like this, I just feel like there's some type of goal that you've had for a while, and for whatever the reason, it didn't manifest, and now feels like it wants to manifest. And I feel like, certainly this can talk about a person, but I really feel like what it's talking about is, again, doing something that you've dreamt of doing. But listen, it doesn't happen unless you take that leap of faith. The Eight of Pentacles right next to the Fool, it says be willing to walk into something as the apprentice, because you will learn as you go. Six of Cups, mirroring the wheel. And then we got two extra ones. We have the King of Wands. Well, we have the Queen of Wands already on the table. And with the King of Wands, we have the Page of Swords. Interesting, because now we have two pages. So for some of you, listen, I feel like this is, I don't want to, like, how do I want to say this? Like, some of you, this is certainly talking about someone from your past who potentially may be reaching out. And if that's the case, I feel like they're in like-minded energy. So I feel like this is nothing I have to fear. Do I have to take the call? No, that's completely up to you. So I feel like a couple things are manifesting for you. We're going to leave them up there. And look at this on the bottom of the deck. Palace of Cups. That's probably why I'm feeling two things here. Like your career or your creativity, whatever it may be for you. And also, if it is like, let's say a creative type of endeavor, this signifies that you can potentially make a living off of it. But I also feel like this is talking about love. I mean, why can't I have the Palace of Cups and the Palace of Swords? I feel like you can. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring in the Luminous Tarot and get right into it. Let's go deeper. Deeper if we dare. Oh, by the way, I want to give a shout out to my some of my members who are Libra. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're interested in a membership program, by the way, I have, actually, it's 3 different tiers, but I'm bringing it down to 2. I have just the Thank You, Sandy. It's $2.99. I don't know why I put it so low, but I did. And then I have the second tier, which I'm going to take the third tier and put it into the second tier. And that's where we go live. And I answer whatever questions you have. It is very deep. And I just love the members. I just love them. And we welcome anyone new. So, if that's something you're interested in, you do want to go live, do the second tier, because again, I am going to eliminate that third tier, which was, I think it was $24.99. The second tier is $19.99. But again, you get to go live with me and can ask me anything. Okay. We have Judgment. This is a call to the present moment. Why? Well, your spiritual team says there's about to be a rebirth, or the potential of a rebirth. Again, I feel like it's up to me. It is my free will whether I say yes or I say no, but it is sitting on your will. So Judgment wants you in the present moment, because there is going to be some type of rebirth. Something new is coming in. And, Judgment is a reminder that your signs, your guidance is sent to you in the present moment. Don't look in the past for it, and don't look in the future for your guidance today. Seven of Swords over that Palace of Swords. Interesting. King of Cups over the Eight of Wands. And then we have the Three of Wands over the Queen of Swords. Interesting, because first of all, that puts this Queen of Swords, which I feel like is you, in a very optimistic view, like having an optimistic view over your life, where maybe before not so much. The Three of Wands is mirroring Judgment. So again, calling you to the present moment so that you can have a rebirth. Three of Wands is someone who says to themselves, I know my ships will come in, and I know they'll come in at the right time, and that I can trust, and the rest I can let go of. Now, the King of Cups right next to that can be, but it's funny, I just forgot, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. But we do have the Seven of Swords right next to this King. Now, I don't know that this King is this, Seven of Swords talks about untrustworthy energy. But it's interesting it's coming over the Palace of Swords, because I almost feel like someone was like, stealing your words. It's like I write a song and I put it on YouTube and someone steals it. That type of energy. Almost feels like I was robbed of an opportunity. Seven of Swords is looking back at this King of Cups, though. And it may be this King of Cups who've actually had to deal with this Seven of Swords energy. Because the King of Cups feels like he's, other than the Seven of Swords, the energy around him is very good. This could be someone who's coming in to give you an opportunity that I feel like you'll love. Alright, let's go below that and see who this Seven of Swords belongs to. With Judgment right beside it, I feel like it's also your spiritual team saying, be aware of, those who carry untrustworthy energy. Be aware. And the only way you can be aware is to be present, right, in that present moment. Because I feel like your spiritual team is like pointing it out to you. Not for you to get stuck in it, but maybe pointing it out to you because, listen, let's say this was a job and like my work just kept getting taken and someone else would claim the victory over it. Well, that's not what your spiritual team wants for you. And I know that because Judgment mirrored by that Three of Wands. Three of Wands, the person there, their back is to that Seven of Swords. Well, hello, Ace of Pentacles again. So now we have two aces mirroring each other, both the Ace of Pentacles. Look at this. And then the Tower again. Who's ever in this Seven of Swords energy, I feel like they may have taken money from you. Now, maybe that money is coming from your work, and then they claim that work, so they receive the bonus and you don't. The Tower coming right over the Fool, I feel like, this is energy that I just got to, when I say accept, I don't mean accept and stay in it. No, quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. I love that the Ace of Pentacles is now directly under Judgment. So this tells me this Ace of Pentacles, again, something is coming into your physical world, is soon. And that's why your spiritual team needs your attention. I feel like who's ever been untrustworthy with you or towards you, I feel like there's no way they can hide it any longer. As a matter of fact, I feel like it's you. You know, like you may, like the one tower may be like what may be representing this person in the Seven of Swords, like they just like breaking my heart, or like, you know, I'm just tired of like doing the work and not getting the credit. So I feel like it's like, okay, so that's the first realization I had to have. And then I feel like the second tower is you handing who's ever in that Seven of Swords a tower. We have the Four of Cups. And then we have the Moon, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. The Moon, first of all, can be very dreamy type energy. And coming over this Ace of Pentacles, again, I feel like some type of dream that you had wants to manifest or has the ability to manifest. You do have to, again, say yay or nay to it. But, you know, and listen, the Moon can cast shadows. And that means that maybe not all is clear, right? But maybe I'm meant to just take it step by step by step. Now, if we go back one card, we have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups can be discontentment in one's life, boredom in what I do. Coming over the Eight of Pentacles, well, here's an opportunity to change that. And again, this doesn't mean that you need to go into something feeling like I have all the knowledge I need. This sounds like or feels like something that as you go along, you're just going to learn and grow. And the knowledge just feels like it's going to instinctively come to you. You know, I feel like your guides really want you to live one of these dreams. But the Four of Cups can be the energy of inactivity. However, if you look at this image, there is a cup being handed to this person, and it is meant to fulfill them. It's an emotional fulfillment. But are they going to say yes? Are they going to take it? Are they going to recognize it? You know, again with that Moon, first of all, we had the new moon in Cancer. And that can talk about changes that happen after the new moon. I apologize, I don't know the astrology for this month. The only thing I do know is the end of the month, well, August 23rd is when Mercury goes into retrograde. And I know that because I'm a Virgo and I'm ruled by Mercury, and my moon is Gemini, which is also ruled by Mercury, and also that's Sam's birthday. So, a lot of different things happening. Alright, let's keep going. You know, right off the bat, with the Page of Swords, or the Palace of Swords and the Palace of Cups, and then two Aces of Pentacles, two things that are coming into your physical world. I feel like what it's saying is you're going to be moving into the Palace of Swords and the Palace of Cups. Alright, we have the Six of Swords. So I feel like whoever that energy is in the Seven of Swords, this is you no longer taking it. This is you understanding who and what's been toxic in your life. What holds you back, right? What's causing this discontentment, and what can I do about it? I recognize it, and then I move from it. Now, sometimes it doesn't have to be a physical move, though for some of you it is a physical move, like moving from one job to another, or you're creating your own. But sometimes this can just be my thought system also. Like, I'm not going to allow whoever this untrustworthy energy is, I'm not going to allow them to mess up my blessings, mess up what wants to come to me and what I'm capable of, by the way, because I don't feel like any of this will come to you if you weren't completely capable of it. So Six of Swords, this is someone taking a good hard look at what has been toxic in their life and saying no more. Adios. Right over the wheel. Feels like it's part of one of your life lessons. To see the things that are toxic. You know, because when you look at the Six of Swords, you want to look one card back, and that's the Five of Swords. And that is the toxicity, right? That is people or things or whatever it is that has become toxic to you or has held you back. You know, I always say toxic. Doesn't necessarily mean everything's toxic, even though we do have the Seven of Swords. But I love that the Ace of Pentacles also feels like it gives you the way out. I feel like I want to look under that palace. Look at that. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords under that palace. Ten of Swords to me is like a repeat pattern of getting dagger after dagger after dagger in my back. I feel like if there's someone who just keeps putting daggers in your back, you're the one who's got to break that cycle. How do you break it? Yeah, you're not going to take it. You're not going to take it anymore. I see the pattern that I created for myself. And listen, sometimes it's a narcissistic type energy because I don't want you to put blame on yourself. I just want you to see it and recognize it. And then I love the Temperance is underneath that. Divine timing. By the way, there's that King of Cups again. So, divine timing. And maybe the divine timing, sometimes I feel like the universe is waiting on us just to recognize this pattern. You know, I feel like what I'm saying in this energy is, you know, I just keep getting dagger after dagger in my back, so I just keep expecting them. And lo and behold, they just keep showing, right? My intention. So I feel like you're breaking this. You know, I can talk about a previous love. Couldn't talk about a marriage. But again, if it's a marriage and the Seven of Swords is part of that, I don't know. That makes it a little bit more difficult, and that's probably why boundaries is here. Like, don't cross that line. You cross that line, I gotta go. And that's exactly what someone's doing here. I crossed the line. Someone crossed the line. So I gotta go. Alright, let's keep going. Okay, well, many of you know that, you know, I usually won't take cards unless they come to the table. However, another rule that I have is if they flip over in the deck, I do take them. And both of these flipped over. What do we have? Oh, hello, Two of Cups. Next to the Seven of Pentacles. Soulmate. And the Seven of Pentacles, first of all, the Seven of Pentacles lesson is patience. But it's also about tending your own garden. You know, I feel like in the Seven of Pentacles, these are seeds that my soul planted before I even came here. But also, it's about planting seeds today, because judgment is like, plant those seeds, right? So that you can have that harvest. If you plant no seeds, there is no harvest to claim. Two Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Two Cups is coming over the Tower. And then the Seven is coming over the Six of Pentacles. Now, we'll definitely take a closer look at the soulmates, just because they have the Tower around them. And just see, you know, well, we're going to finish and then we'll go back and look at that. We have the Page of Swords, where I feel like I saw the Page of Swords. Did we see the page? Why can't I find it? I feel like we saw 2 pages. Or is it just my imagination? Oh, right here. Page of Swords. Connected to that King of Wands. Okay. Alright. So, let's talk about love for a second. Because I feel like, listen, I feel like for some of you, there was a relationship you're in, or you're in right now, that does carry some untrustworthy energy. Now, I'm not telling you anything you wouldn't already know. Like, I'm not that type of reader. Like, oh, a person you're with is untrustworthy. If you don't know that, then it's probably not for you. Because I do feel like you would know that. So, I feel like this is talking about 2 new things that are coming your direction. But as in love, you know, interesting, I can't help but see that that person in the 7 of Swords is looking right back at that King of Cups. So maybe the King of Cups is not exactly who I thought. Especially with the 4 of Wands, or the 4 of Cups right below this King. Right? So this King is not really satisfying me. Some of you, I feel like someone crossed one of your boundaries. And I'm saying the King of Cups, again, it does not have to be a water sign. But this is someone, I don't know, with the 7 of Swords next to him, I feel like would be a flirt. You know, maybe they can easily give their cups to others, but what about me? What about me? What the hell about me? Now, for some of you, I feel like this may be in a karmic lesson, a karmic person. And remember, if we're dealing with karma, we want to see it, we want to learn from it, because, you know, a karmic lesson is something that potentially we didn't clear in a past lifetime, so it's going to repeat itself, and if we don't clear it in this lifetime, it's going to show in the next. So I feel like this can talk about, for some of you, I feel like it's just literally like what you accept and what you don't accept. Because I feel like for a period of time, like I was just kind of sitting in that energy. However, again, I feel no satisfaction. No satisfaction from it. And maybe it's someone that I'm currently with, and, you know, like in my heart of hearts, I want to leave, but I'm not sure how. I'm not sure what I'll do. And I feel like the universe is like, trust in us. Because I feel like these aces are going to show at just the right time. Person in the 3 of Wands also has their back to this King. And, you know, I really tried hard not to give them a bad rap. But in a way, I can't help it. I cannot help it. So let's go right up to that King. Let's look a little deeper at him. Him or her. We have the Knight of Swords. Interesting, that Knight looks very aggressive. And by the way, as I put that card down, and you know, I don't do this on purpose, like I don't even pay attention to what I'm doing with my hands, and then I look, so this Knight, his sword is raised right up to the 7 of Swords. And I'm looking at the King. And it's interesting because we do have the Queen of Wands, and then we have the King of Wands. Again, forget the sign. It could just talk about like-minded energy. We have the Hierophant. Alright. Alright. Some of you, I feel like you may not want to hear this. But I feel like you already know this. I feel like this is talking about someone where I feel like your vibrations are just different. You know, it's like we've outgrown each other. It's interesting because I feel like this king, who normally, you know, is someone who does speak about their emotions. But I feel like this king, the Hierophant, by the way, is card of Taurus. That's the number 5. So change. I feel like it's almost like I've given this king so much time. And I feel like our belief systems are just different. You know, like, it may have been good at one time, but I don't feel like it remained that way. And I feel like the question is, what do I do about it? Now, I feel like if this is the case for you, I feel like many of you are moving on. You know, it's almost like someone did cross a boundary, and that was all I needed. You know, almost like I knew you would cross that boundary, and because you have, now it's time for me to go. Of course, this could have already happened, by the way. And I'm saying that because I feel like there is someone new coming in. Now, I say new, but probably someone you already know. And I'm saying that because the Page of Swords is over the 6 of Cups. This would be someone that I have happy memories about. And this could certainly talk about communication. And this Page of Swords is right next to the King of Wands over here. So interesting, because I feel like over here, listen, I may have been in love with this person and what have you. I may have given time to this person. But in the long run, I feel like it didn't work out. And, you know, we can put all the blame on this king. But we have to remember that 10 of Swords. So that sometimes I feel like it just means I stayed too long. I've taken dagger after dagger, and I don't know why I think it's going to be any different. The Hierophant says it probably will not be different. But also it speaks about your own vibration, your belief system, and not changing it for others. I'm not saying don't be open. You definitely want to be open, especially as it relates to religion and spirituality. Be open to all of that. You know, not everyone has to think like we do and be like we are. But if someone is not on the same vibration as me, especially as it relates to love, well, naturally it wants to fall away. But sometimes we don't allow it to fall away. So anyway. Okay. I want to come down and I want to look at the soulmates. Because I feel like for some of you, this is talking about, I don't feel like this person up here is a soulmate. I feel more like they're a karmic. And there was a lesson for you to learn. Your soul wanted to learn this lesson, and your soul wants to pay off this karma, so I don't have to repeat it. Because once you pay that karma off, it's paid off for eternity. Now, the 2 of Cups is different. Alright, we have the 8 of Wands. And then we have the 10 of Swords. Interesting. Why the 10 of Swords over the soulmates? I want to follow that. Because it just doesn't feel right. Doesn't mean it's not right. Because remember, the soulmate is sitting over 2 towers. We have the 8 of Cups, the Magician, the Manifester, the Fool's first and really the greatest teacher. The King of Pentacles can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And then the 10 of Wands. Alright. I feel like it's interesting because I feel like this king up here definitely has delivered dagger after dagger. Does it have to mean love? Well, no, because we also have, where to go? I thought I saw the Emperor. So it can certainly, for some of you, I know it's talking about business, but I also feel for some of you it's talking about love. I know that's confusing, but it's just the way I'm feeling it. So the 8 of Wands, again, fast-moving energy that moves into the 10 of Swords. So I feel like that 10 of Swords, I just need to know what it is. I need to know why those daggers kept going in my back. I need to know my own, my own self within it. And it doesn't mean to put the blame on you. There is no judgment. This is just about, am I expecting something different when I've just been receiving dagger after dagger, and it may have been for the whole cycle. 8 of Cups tells me you're moving away from that energy, that you're looking for that emotional clarity. The person in the 8 of Cups is ultimately seeking self-fulfillment. And I can't see how these aces can't be bringing you that, because then is the Magician, the Manifester. And then this King of Pentacles, different king, is also connected. First of all, he's got the Magician on one side of him. He's got the 10 of Wands on the other side. But can I say, I feel this is more about helping you to maybe clear those last remnants of not so good energy. 10 of Wands speaks about a period of time where there's a lot of responsibilities upon you. But I feel like this King of Pentacles also had very similar type energy. I feel like this is someone who is a very hard worker. This could be an opportunity coming from this king. But for some of you, this is also the king that's going to reach out and communicate with you. Now, I know I'm saying that with 2 different kings, but that's because there's a lot of you here. So, how they show up for each of us can be different. I want to look right under now the soulmates and get a little bit more clarity on that. We have the 6 of Wands. That's the energy of victory over that tower. And then Temperance. So Temperance made its way out. First of all, a card is Sagittarius. This is about divine timing. I feel Temperance is, what am I waiting for within Temperance? Well, she's got to feed both the soulmates, right? She's got to bring them both to the same vibration. Because before that, it wouldn't do a lot of good. So it can talk about 2 people's separate experiences that they had to get through on their own before they come together. I do feel like they're coming together because I feel like whatever this difficult energy is, You're able to walk away from it. You're able to put it in the past. And I feel like if it's someone who crossed a boundary, you're like, no more. Because let's not forget, it's coming over the wheel. And sometimes it just, what's the lesson? It's finding your own strength. It's knowing that you don't have to stay in these repeat patterns. And I feel like the Six of Swords, it can be a little difficult in the movement, but it's very, very temporary. And again, I feel like there's a reward at the end of this. Like there's a reward at the end of the rainbow. Victorious energy. Oh, Temperance. I don't know why I turned her back around. Some of you have been on a course where what you've been learning is you're giving, it's almost like I'm giving it all away and I'm not receiving back. And who am I giving it all away to? And maybe it's split. Maybe it's just how I find myself for some reason, like in love, like I'm giving and giving, but not receiving. And I also feel like in work, the same thing, like someone taking my ideas and claiming them as their own. Another boundary that was crossed, right? But I did stay, like I stayed for a while. And again, I'm not judging you, because let go of the judgment. You know what I mean? And think of some of these experiences as your soul's lesson. That's what your soul's here for, to learn. Temperance, I also feel like, is saying you needed to learn that you deserve to receive as well as give. Some of you, I feel like you're moving in the field where you are helping the underdog in some way. Giving a hand up, not a hand out. Maybe here I was giving a hand out and they just kept taking and taking and taking. Well, I learned that lesson. So now I'm giving a hand up. Okay, what I want to do is I want to pick these up, which is going to make your reading a little bit longer, but I don't think you mind. And I want to look at the soulmates, and I want to look at these two aces. Now, again, we have the Six of Cups, and I feel like this is two different things for you. I feel like, number one, it's talking about, again, something, a dream that you've had, just not to mean you've had it since you were a child, but it is something that brings you a sense of real comfort. And it just feels like it's meant to be. Listen, sometimes it's a spiritual-based business, and how can I mentor others if I haven't walked their shoes, right? So, if we're meant to be, like, let's say, a spiritual mentor, a lot of times our soul said, don't give me an easy peasy life. Give me a life that I can learn and expand. And that means the good, the bad, and the ugly. But again, I feel like there's great rewards as I learn. So, again, I feel like two different things that can speak about someone that you used to know. This would be someone that you have very happy memories about, almost treasured type memories about. So I'm feeling different things with that. And both can be true. Alright, let's pick this all up. And we're going to start fresh. I'm going to bring in the Gilded Tarot. And I'm going to put the soulmates in between these aces. Let's give this a couple shuffles. Interesting, as I lay this down, I'm thinking, maybe these soulmates, maybe each soulmate is receiving this ace. Or each receiving their own ace, is what I meant to say. We have the Strength card. You know, the Strength card, first of all, it's an 8. As above, so below. Strength card talks about dealing with our own inner demons. You know, and when I say demons, I just mean our own darkness, right? Because we carry light and dark. And it really is about finding that balance. Strength card really ultimately is about power. But an inner power. And I don't mean like a egotistical type power. I mean an inner strength, an inner power. That once I have, nobody can take it away. All right, let's keep going. Eight of Pentacles. 2 8s again, interesting. And then the star flipped around. Card of Aquarius. You know, the star says, don't lose hope. This is about manifesting your dreams and allowing them to become your reality. You know, but it takes human action. You know, again, these seeds, they can take root. But if I'm not watering them, right, if I'm not nurturing my own garden, then my garden's not going to have much harvest to it. Star, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Some of you are starting a new job, and there may be someone. We have the Hangman. Interesting, because I wasn't really reading reversals, but he did come in reverse, and that's an awakening. And I feel like when the Hangman comes in reverse, I have to leave it that way. So this is an awakening. Right over the soulmates. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Three Cups, a reason to celebrate. Energy of joy. Interesting, it's mirroring the Eight of Pentacles. You know, I feel like, first of all, if I'm asking myself, maybe I haven't had the best luck in love, and I'm asking myself, am I ever going to have true love? Well, soulmates would represent true love, especially with the awakening of the Hangman above that, and both carrying in the Ace of Pentacles. You know, it's almost like divine is bringing someone into your life, but also bringing you into someone's life. It's like two people who deserve this energy. And not only that, but then the opportunity to celebrate. Right? It's like the Star is about your hopes. But then the Three of Cups is like, okay, well, it's manifesting. It's giving me a reason to celebrate. Now, we're looking at the soulmates, but it's also it's mirroring the Eight of Pentacles. So again, I feel like something new, you're starting there. It's like 2 blessings coming true. But I feel like you deserve them. And remember, it does take human action. All right, let's go below. Ooh, just knocked that marriage over. We have the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is about standing your ground. But sometimes I gotta know when I've stood my ground too long, right? Sometimes, like, people keep crossing those boundaries, and it's like, okay, I'm no longer going to stand my ground. I'm going to move out of it. Well, hello, 10 of Cups. Under the Star, which is over the Ace of Pentacles. This is the house of harmony, the house of love. I feel like there's also, for some of you, like you're starting to really understand what it is you deserve in life, right? You're starting to understand that if I just accept what is, you know, what is causing me to be unhappy in my life, and then make an action towards making it better, even if I don't know exactly what to do. Judgment is saying, step by step, my dear, right? Stay in the present moment, and we're going to help you. We're going to send you the signs. I mean, these 2 aces coming into your physical world. This isn't just a dream, right? This is something that can actually manifest for you. One of the aces is carrying the 10 of Cups. House of love, house of harmony. The Tower, under the lover, or under the soulmates. And then the 3 of Wands. Interesting, because right with this Ace of Pentacles, we have the 3 of Cups, and then we have the 3 of Wands. Listen, there must have been a prior relationship with this soulmate here. Now, it didn't have to even be in this lifetime. You know, like, I meet someone, it's like, I just know that you're different. I feel it. Because this is about the soulmates having an awakening. It's not just one of them. The awakening is clear. And even though the Tower is here, this is about the soulmates understanding that Tower, having clarity over it, and understanding that sometimes these towers come in to really help us, to help move us into really a desired dream. Because next to that Tower, the reason why I feel like it doesn't have effect today is because the 3 of Wands follows it. So again, it's how I'm looking at things. I'm looking at it optimistically. I'm believing that my ships will come in. You know, I feel like our intention is 9/10 of the law. If we don't put out good intentions, you know, like the universe has to match what we put out. Or another way of saying that is, if we keep lowering our vibration to meet another's, well, then that's just the way it's going to continue to be. But when we understand, like, you know, I feel like as our spirituality starts to open up, as we start to understand life more, as we start to understand ourselves more opportunities show for us. It's like you're telling the universe, I'm ready. I'm not going to allow the past to dictate my present or my future. I find it very interesting because I feel like everywhere we look, it is not just covering love, it's also covering your creative house. And Libra, you're such a creative sign. I mean, I think about the Libras in my life. My nephew Sean, he's a singer, a songwriter. went to school for sound production. My granddaughter can pick up any instrument and just play it. It takes her like nothing to play it. And she's got a beautiful singing voice. My sister, very creative. You know, she opened up, she had a business that she opened up from scratch and was quite successful in it. So I feel your sign is already like capable. It's just, when do I allow these opportunities to manifest? And then I also got to remember that I'm part of that equation. If I'm not planting the seed, right, or the seed shows but I do nothing with it, well then nothing shows, so to speak. If that all makes sense. Okay, let's do one more round. So this isn't extremely long, and I'm just really going over everything. Look at that, the 4 cups, but it's shown in reverse this time. I like that. So that discontentment in your life, it's changing. Why is it changing? First of all, coming over the Strength card, because you found balance. You know, you understand that sometimes people pull us into the dark. But we don't have to stay there, right? Maybe we get stuck there for a minute or two, or a year, or a decade. But it's you know, okay. What do I do after the fact? 4 cups, I feel like where I keep saying it, it's going to take your human action. This is you saying, okay, Sandy, human action you want, that's what I'm going to give you. We have the World, the next chapter. Interesting, because the 4 cups is like, I've been discontent. I've been unsatisfied. And now I know I need to make some changes. And now I'm ready to make some changes. And the World is the next chapter. It's opening up for you. It's the next portal that you can now cross into. What's on that portal? Well, the Star, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, the Ace of Pentacles, something that comes into your physical world to expand it, and then hello, 10 of Cups, the House of Harmony. So what do we have as your very first card? Judgment. Call to the present moment. You can see why now. 10 of Wands. You know, I feel like someone's had the realization that in love, they tend to put, or not just love, probably in work also, where they tend to put, again, all the responsibilities on their shoulders. Now, this person has an awareness of that now. This person also has the awareness that these towers, you know, I often feel the person in the 10 of Wands secretly is wishing for a tower, because this is backbreaking, right? This is where everything is on my back. Too much. It's too much. So coming over the tower makes complete sense. And then the Fool. You know, so I know you don't like seeing towers, but can I tell you, I feel like with the World that just showed up, right, the next chapter can be the next 9 years. It could be the rest of your life. Because remember, I feel like when the World shows up, it means that you, spiritually, you're ready for it to show up. Spiritually, you're ready to reclaim your power. And again, I don't mean in an egotistical way. I mean, you're learning who you are. And it is through your experiences that you've learned that. What am I holding? The Fool. So where I secretly feel like someone wants the Tower here in the 10 of Wands, here is the Tower. And then what happens after that? The Fool. Brand new start. Fresh and clear. Taking a leap of faith. But why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I with the Ace of Pentacles right there? And then the Three of Cups above it, a reason to celebrate. It is the energy of joy. And then right below it, the Three of Wands. My view on life. I feel like it's changed. Now I'm looking at life at all that can be. Instead of having a limited view of where I was, I'm starting to understand that, and listen, it doesn't even matter your age. Because I feel like dreams are coming true. They're just coming true. Normally I don't like to say, oh, you have some big changes in a lot of different areas of your life. But Libra, I feel like you have at least 2 changes in the area of your life. And one is love, but another is money. Now I say money, but I really mean doing something that makes your own heart sing. Like doing something that just feels right. Again, these soulmates are in the awakened state. And that ushers in the Three of Cups, a reason to celebrate. Soulmates, they're coming together. I've no doubt. They're coming together. And I do feel like both of them, both probably have very similar type experiences. Now, maybe you've already come together. Because I'm thinking of my nephew, and I definitely feel like he is now with his soulmate. So, the Fool. I'm going to take that Ace, and I'm going to look at all it could potentially be. I'm not going to put like certain guidelines on it. But I do feel like, with boundaries, you have your boundaries in place now. And I don't feel like anybody can really cross them. Or if they do, I feel like you'll know that. And then you make a decision. But I feel like, anything new you're starting in your like your work or your creativity, it feels like a dream coming true. It feels very beneficial. But the same thing with love. Like I can't roll one out. It feels like both. Now, it can look different for different people. Because again, I'm thinking of like my nephew, and this is really, like they're just beginning their lives. And they're definitely soulmates. And I have a feeling he wondered for a while, like, am I ever going to meet my real soulmate? And then, I feel like my sister, helped usher in this love for him. And I'm using him as an example because I feel like, many of us find ourselves here, in these readings because we are like-minded, or, we're here because some of us are still stuck back in those like 10 of Wands or 10 of Swords, and some of us are now on the other side. So those of us on the other side can certainly help those who are still dealing with the hardship. Human action has to be taken. But I feel like once that happens, everything seems to fall in place. Okay, I'm going to let that be. Let's read marriage. Oh. Marriage. You drew this card because your relationship needs loving attention. You've been out of balance lately, with too much focus upon work and intellectual pursuits. Mother Mary steps in and asks you to stop what you're doing and put your energy into your marriage. In fact, make a renewed commitment to it in all of your interpersonal relationships. Allow yourself to care about and connect with each person you love. For unmarried individuals, this card signifies a positive and important change in your love life, provided that you open your heart and allow yourself to be authentic with others. Commit to developing your relationships at the highest possible level so they are truly love-filled. Amen. All right, let's read boundaries, because I feel like it all starts with that. Boundaries. Since God doesn't make victims, this card asks you not to act like one in any way. This is a message of self-empowerment. Instead of blaming others, convey your expectations and true feelings to them. Stand up for yourself, even if you risk conflict and confrontation. You can ask God, Jesus, and Mother Mary to guide your words so that you maintain your boundaries from a standpoint of love instead of fear. Others will respect you for being assertive, and you will respect yourself more because you're treating yourself lovingly. I guess it all starts with us. It all starts with us. What a reading, Libra. What a reading. 2 blessings. I'm saying 2 blessings. It could be more than that. But I feel like major parts of your life are changing. Some of you, I feel like it's validating a new path that you've begun, or maybe even a new path with a person. But I feel like in your creative house, it's definitely verifying that, what this dream that you have, like, it's part of your will. Doesn't mean it has to manifest, otherwise I screwed up this lifetime. No. No. But if I can manifest it, why don't I? I should. I love the Hangman in the awakened state, especially over the soulmates and next to the star. And the world with the Fool. Taking a leap of faith. Even, over the 3 of Wands, like, doesn't mean my ships have arrived yet. I just know they will. And these aces are telling you that. These, what chose to show the aces of Pentacle. That means something is physically coming into your world. A physical opportunity. And I feel like in more than one area. So, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I thank you. I love you. Thank you for all the ways you help support my channel. Thank you for your donations. It's the only way it keeps me alive on YouTube, to be honest. Matter of fact, I keep thinking maybe I should just do my own website, because, it's hard to make a living off of YouTube. It used to be easy, and now it's very difficult. And I think, well, maybe I need to change. But every time I make changes, it's like, when I went to short readings, a lot of you were like, Sandy, we love your long readings. So do I. Like, I like to give you complete clarity in a reading. I don't want to tell you where you're at, where you've been. You already know that. I want to show you the potential of what can be. So that takes time. So thank you for your patience, number one. And let's say you don't have the money to make a donation, which I totally get. Watching the ads I put in, sharing the video on your social media, that all helps. So, it just keeps me alive. I do readings from home also, but I have to say I do more on YouTube now. I used to do a lot more from home, but because now I'm with Sam, I don't necessarily like to bring people in and do readings, but I do personal readings online. So, anyways, I love you guys. I wish for you that all these blessings that want to come into your life come in, and come in with clarity. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.